The amount of people that get upset that Instagram and Facebook changed their algorithm and cry about it is ludicrous. It's free. This has now been going on for a long time. And social media, it's been going on for over a decade. The concept is very simple. There's attention, and then there's what you say. The variable of success, once you understand the media framework that you guys are playing in, is the creative variable.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and in today's video, I'm gonna give you my take on Gary's views on how to boost your business using social media. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1, trade on attention.
The amount of people that get upset that Instagram and Facebook changed their algorithm and cry about it is ludicrous. It's free. Facebook and Instagram are free. And we sit and cry about the change in an algorithm. Here's where I'm at. For this entire room, the one thing that connects all of us, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work somewhere, whether you're thrilled, whether you're devastated, the one thing that connects all of us is that for us to take the step in what we're trying to achieve, whether it's financial, whether it's legacy, whatever it may be, the one thing that connects us is we have to trade on attention. The thing that I desperately want everybody to leave this talk with is understanding that attention is just like real estate. And that attention is the gateway drug to everything you want, period. Before you can tell me how great you are, how awesome what you're selling is, you need my attention. Before you can tell me anything, you need my attention. What everybody in this room needs to wrap their head around is that this device owns the attention of our society. You may be upset about it. You might be sad that when you go out, people aren't talking to each other. You can do whatever the you want. It doesn't change the fact that this has the attention. And if you are sitting in this room today and you have not figured out how to put written words, audio, or video into the platforms that sit on top of this, you are fundamentally irrelevant. There are ludicrous conversations going on, like people having ego around how well they do organically on these platforms when the ads are massively underpriced. Do you know how many people emailed me crying that Facebook's organic reach declined 3 years ago as if Facebook screwed them while Facebook is literally free to use? Do you know how many people here are starting to get concerned that they're not getting as many likes and views on their Instagram account because they can feel something's happening, yet it's free? I really need to drill this home. People are mad at the algorithm on Instagram. They run ads everywhere else. They buy a booth at a conference. They run print, direct mail, costs money. You start an Instagram account, if you don't run ads, you can organically build an audience and you post. Now you're mad that you're not reaching as many people and you've got this big conspiracy anger at the algorithm, yet you haven't paid a dime for the platform.
Rule number 2, understand communication.
LinkedIn with no audience will reward you and have more people see it because there's so many people paying attention to it, yet there's not enough content being put in, and so you get organic reach at scale. When I see that, it reminds me of everything I've ever done since I've been a professional. When I started building my family's wine business for them, it was email, it was Google AdWords, later it was Google Search Organic for me, and then when my career really took a different change, it was YouTube and Twitter. It was then Facebook, Snap, Instagram. My friends, this has now been going on for a long time. And social media, it's been going on for over a decade. The concept is very simple. There's attention, and then there's what you say. For everybody in this conference, the key is to figure out how they communicate. Are you good at video? Are you good at audio? are you good at the written word? I promise you, for the far majority of you, the biggest breakthrough you could possibly have at this conference is to figure out what kind of communicator are you. Because everybody aspires for video because that's what we're all paying attention to, yet some people in here are remarkable writers, but they shy away from it because they don't think that's the way to break through. They think there's rules. Here's the rules. If you're unable to communicate, you can't be heard, then nobody knows what you've got to sell. Whether you're selling funding for a charity or running for government or a business.
Also, if you want to have more confidence, motivation, and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
I really think mindset is everything. And so you've got to really decide, are you going to be positive about things or negative about things? My ability to only be comfortable in massive chaos has been my biggest asset as an entrepreneur. Like, I would never take a note. Like, that scares the out of me what these three people are doing right now. In a success world, please understand that success is happiness, not net dollars in.
Rule number 3, have a LinkedIn strategy.
LinkedIn content, organic, is probably the best platform for organic besides Instagram, and I think Instagram's on the beginning stages of like starting to lose its organic value. I'm starting to believe that everybody has to have a LinkedIn strategy. I even told Jordan, who's a personal trainer, this morning, I'm like, you need to start making LinkedIn content, things like 5-minute workouts at the airport, because that's what business people would like. For everybody, LinkedIn organic reach is more similar to Facebook organic reach was doing 5 or 6 years ago. It is just an opportunity. And I don't care if you're selling weird t-shirts, figure out how to make it business oriented in LinkedIn. Everybody here should really think about how to make their content work to professionals. If you're in the roofing business, like title the post, why lawyers and HR executives need better roofs. I'm not joking. So for you, bro, heavy content on LinkedIn before LinkedIn's organic reach starts declining too.
Rule number 4, change with the changes of the industry.
What I think is next is doing the things that are working right now way more. You know, I don't get, honestly, I don't want anything to ever change. I don't predict, and I actually don't want anything to ever change because I'm good at it. I get sad when Facebook organic goes away and I have to find the next thing because I spent a lot of time and effort to be great at it. I think the answer is more. The variable of success, once you understand the media framework that you guys are playing in, is the creative variable. Once you know that TikTok or LinkedIn or Instagram swipe ups are working, the answer is more contextual creative. Like, how many pre-roll podcast ads are being read by influencers on their podcast right now for your business? Answer's probably none, because I'm not talking about it a whole lot yet, sprinkled in here or there, but there's probably 1,000 podcasts that you need to hand reach out to and say, how much would it cost for you to live read about our product? Howard Stern sold a lot of product. Listen, if you're Dove or if you're Coca-Cola, you want everybody in this room to buy you. Like, these brands want all of us. Nike, AT&T, Verizon, like, they want us all. Think about how hard that is. It's completely impossible with a 30-second video. Completely. So now figure it out. I want all of you to buy a banana. How many things do you think you need to do? A lot. And so we need to stop wasting money in meetings and debating to a 30-second video and then post-production matching luggage to that video in banner and programmatic form because the KPI is $4 CPM, not real life. Like, we need a complete rehaul of this industry. And here's the good news. It's gonna happen anyway, because if it doesn't happen, the brands that do the smart will become the biggest brands in the world. I wanna remind you that Airbnb and Netflix and many other things didn't exist a decade ago in the way they look today. So things are coming. I think we should be on, I just think of this as one massive tidal wave. And I think you have a very simple choice. Do what this industry does, which puts its head in the sand and just gets destroyed by it, or find some surfboard and ride it.
And rule number 5, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is be strategic.
So I'm curious, what do you think is the role of organic or unpaid content within a brand's always-on strategy? And the second part
within a Facebook world?
within the Facebook world, and the second part of the question is just how much reach is enough to actually justify the time, effort, and resources that go into producing these assets?
That's a great question, man. Nice start. You know, I think that it all depends on size, scale, and objective, right? So I think the biggest problem that everybody makes is there's no one size that fits all. Obviously, the brands that we work with here are at huge scale versus, let's say, a lot of people who are watching who've got a small business. You know, we manage some brand pages that I can think of right now that are so large in overall size and have done a good job putting out great content that they're still getting hundreds of thousands of impressions organically without paid upfront. Now, obviously, all of you have heard me ranting about dark posts for quite a bit, and we even talked about this when you were interviewing. So for me, you know, do I feel that Facebook has evolved into a place that you want to look at 80, 90, even 100% of your posts are being pre-planned to its audience and then paid up front? You know, if you're a Fortune 500 company, I do believe that that justifies the case. And I believe that because I actually think those working media dollars, those paid dollars, are a hell of a lot better spent on Facebook than they are on traditional banner or things of that nature, places and organizations that you came from giving those kind of advices. So I think that that's the case. Now, what's the threshold? I think that comes down to the objective at hand. Look, you could be a Fortune 500 company, only reach 1,600 people organically, but try to be selling something that's $10,000 as a B2B product, and if you convert 4 people, and you're making $40,000 on it, and your profit margin is 50%, and you've made $20,000 in profit, and your agency charged you $800 or $1,800, well, then you justify the means. So I think it's, you know, one of the biggest things we try to do here, and I think one thing that all of you need to pay attention to is how do you become efficient on the back end? I think what's separating us and what I'm excited about here is that we're producing quality content at a cost level that the market has never seen before, right?
Yep.
And that's our advantage, right? That for you with fresh eyes is probably the difference that you're seeing.
Yeah.
That's what you guys have to think about. For a lot of entrepreneurs that are watching, and I know that's a core of my audience, is your time worth it? Because it's not a money game, it's a time game. So it's always resources. To me, there is no one size fits all. For all the brand managers and the CMOs and the CFOs and the corporates that are watching the show or listening to the show, I know for fact that they need to really look at just the math, right? Like, am I paying more than what I'm reaching, right? So if you're paying a traditional digital video shop $10,000 to make a video and then you post it organically and it reaches 900 people, that's off, right? So I just think that you have to look at it case by case.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
Now I've got a special bonus clip from Gary on how to not be one-dimensional, but before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. Let's go from just watching the video to taking action. Here we go. Question number 1, what is your LinkedIn strategy? Number 2, where do you need to be more strategic with your time? And number 3, what change in your industry do you need to adapt to?
I do think it's important to not become one-dimensional in one channel that you're not in control of. When Instagram is the amount of people that are deep because they're completely only Instagram, and when Instagram's organic reach falls through the ground or collapses, they're in deep. And what's crazy is we just lived it on Facebook 5 minutes ago. It's not like it should be any big surprise it's coming, but people cry when it happens. So here's what I would say. A, I do think it's important when you have attention somewhere to amortize it into a lot of places so that your core audience is, and for you as a business, is never one-dimensional. But on the flip side, I do think creating friction for the consumer to consume your content is a bad idea. The reason I do written word, audio, and video is I have no idea how you want to consume me. I just want to give you a chance to consume me. So if you've switched to audio instead of video watching, because now that's when you run, that's what you do, I'm gonna be there in podcast form. If you're sitting at your desk for the first hour of each day and reading LinkedIn written word, I'm there. So I'm trying to create zero friction for consumption. Evan, thank you so much for having a couple seconds and being able to tell the Believe Nation a little bit about Empathy Wines. It means a lot to me that you would take this valuable real estate and time on your channel to give me some love. It means a lot. It's just good karma points, and so you're awesome. Thank you. Believe Nation, if you're into wine at all, go to empathywines.com. My whole career's work was poured into producing a wine that rivaled $40 to $60 wine for 20 bucks a bottle. I'm just super excited about this subscription-based wine business. You can order 3, 6, or 12 bottles in subscription form, rosé, white, red. If you search on Instagram or Twitter, you will be blown away. People are literally like, I don't even like Gary Vee, but the wine's good. super proud of the effort. Thanks, Evan, for the time. Wishing you guys all happy and healthy.
If you want to learn how to use TikTok to your advantage, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.